Ain't nobody got me feeling like I'm feeling you. Like I'm feeling you. Like I'm feeling you.
Dolls.
Well,
We're back.
new candle burning.
Santal. I found it unopened in a drawer, which is the best way to discover that you have a diptyque candle.
That's like finding a $20 bill on the ground.
I know. It was a great find.
That's a good omen. Did you go? I got a truckload of candles last night.
Did you? You collected.
Mm-hmm.
This has been a good candle week for you.
Lara and I have new scents.
We certainly do.
We went for my birthday. Simon took us to a scent bar in the valley, a few friends, and we crafted our own signature scent.
Yeah, it
with
was
the help
really
of
fun.
two witchy icons. And it was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Are you happy with yours?
I am. I want to tweak it some more because I'm like, I don't know. I feel like something like that takes me a really long time, and I felt like I was running out of time at the end and we had to go, so I didn't get the chance to like fully get to a place of obsession.
You weren't like marinating in it.
No, I'm not quite there, but the good news is we can tweak, but I'm glad that you, the birthday boy, got an obsessed scent.
But I'm in a place of maybe needing to tweak.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? What's coming up for you?
I don't know. I think because I'm like still in my rose addiction, I was like, does this need some hint of rose amidst the smoke?
I don't think it does.
But then I was like,
don't you have enough rose in your life? Perfume wise? Scent wise?
never enough rose.
Really?
But it felt necessary to try something new.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy. I love it. I'm just like, is it me? But I think it might be.
I think it's very you.
Yeah.
I liked it. Like I felt like it felt very complete.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking mine needs like a hint of spiciness somehow. Like it's like
yours is very clean.
It's less clean because we took out some notes of it.
Okay.
But yeah, anyways, it's a fun process. You guys should go if you're in LA.
It's called Clean Bar. It's in the Valley.
Clean with a K.
Incredible place.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out if you live locally.
And yeah.
It was a fun day.
It was a fun day. I loved Simon's scent.
I know.
He made like a tomato leaf vibe that was really chic.
I've never smelled that exact, like it's very different for him, but it fits him perfectly.
Yeah. And I just love tomato candles. Like that's like a passion of mine. So, and then it just got me back into like candle mode. And I found this like Santal, and then I was like,
that's a
girlfriend, you're on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This girl is on fire. Truly.
I said it's all fucking happening.
That is the best. That is like a treasure.
I know, because I moved candles from like one storage space to another and then forgot that I had like a drawer of candles that were like only a little bit burned and then a brand new candle. So
perfect.
Yeah. I'm candle rich.
You are.
And it feels good.
You're wealthy.
It's a safe place to be.
You're
when
living.
we're candle stocked,
mm-hmm.
and you know that like when one expensive candle burns, you have another one to light immediately.
Yeah.
And you can keep the fire going.
In your bunker, you will need candles.
Well, I would argue actually you don't, because the bunker, you want your air to be clean.
Oh, that's true.
I'm unfortunately in like a post-apocalyptic nuclear holocaust. I don't think candles have a place in that world.
You don't know.
I think they will have melted.
Well,
and I think
what if in like the midst of nuclear winter, you just were like going through stuff and you find
an unopened diptyque. You're lucky.
You go, girl.
You go, girl. It becomes worth $1 million.
I know. You'd have to like. It's like Mad Max.
You need to find like an incredibly desperate gay who's willing to like truly trade everything he owns, and then you have to trade it. You don't get to light that candle as badly as you want to. A pristine, unopened diptyque in the nuclear holocaust is literally worth like 10 horses.
What if What if you go full Furiosa with like diptyque candles?
I would go. Okay,
I'm Furiosa.
the fucking nukes hit. Once I crawl out of the rubble, I strap Tony to my back.
You have one arm.
I have one arm. I've tourniqueted it. I've hitched like a fucking rake onto my stump, and I crawl to Delirium, where I load up with as many expensive candles
Somehow
as
Delirium
possible.
didn't get hit.
Delirium, things have melted. It's kind of one big wax pile, but in the midst of it, I get all the diptyques and Trudons I can. And then I hit the fucking road.
You're the last person on Earth with a Trudon supply.
I venture into, I don't know if like Boys Town WeHo gays are my target audience. I venture to the east side, where I try and find the most desperate candle gay I can and begin the trades.
You need like a Beechwood gay or like a Los Feliz.
Too far up the hill.
No.
I think you gotta
go down.
I gotta just go parallel, but also, and I gotta head east because I need to get to OKC, I think.
You gotta also dodge like mutant coyotes.
Yeah, so I'm headed east. I can't go west. I'm not headed north. I'm just hitting the 10. So along the way.
Yeah. I see you on the road at one point and I go, "Where are you headed?" And you go, you take your rake and you rake your bang over and you go, "Head east."
East.
And I go, "Good
Due
luck
east. Yeah.
to you." Due east. And then you go,
And I'm trading candles for like canned food,
gun,
a gun for sure,
a sword,
a saber,
or like a machete.
and a horse. I'm just trying to find a horse.
You galloping to Oklahoma.
And with
Incredible.
Tony on my back.
He
But Tony
needs-
strapped to me like a baby Bjorn.
Mm-hmm.
He's unscathed, completely beautiful.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I have to trade for Tony food.
He has
And
no
I'm
radiation
sorry,
sickness.
If I have to eat a dog along the way that's not him, I'll do it.
As long as it's not mango.
No, I would never.
It has to be like a...
I'm not going to eat a dog I know. It's
Yeah.
going to be a dog like Graham or Hippie. It's going to be a dog that is
does-
like everyone agrees
Kingsley.
we can go. Yeah.
Kingsley, come here.
Speaking of Oklahoma, I was watching this show on HBO Max called The Sympathizer. Have you seen?
Oh, yeah.
It's
Is
actually
that
really
good?
cool. It's about like Vietnam and communist spies, but there's a part where he's at like a military base
Tinker?
in Oklahoma. I don't know where.
Cool.
It was cool. You might like it.
Many such bases.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All your base.
Get all your bases covered. Well, that's great. The other great news is that Something About Her is opening
Finally.
in May 22nd. So they say, Saw will finally grace us. All the work that Katie Maloney has put into manifesting a sandwich shop for herself will come to fruition.
All the work we've put into it.
All the free marketing, the thousands and thousands of dollars of free marketing we've done for Saw.
We're going.
Oh, yeah.
We're like-
I already have like a plan in place that I need to loop you into.
Okay.
Should you be on board, I think it's going to be a great way to experience Saw.
I'm on board
Okay, great.
without knowing.
I'll hold you to that.
Girl.
Scheana.
I would not mess up Saw.
You wouldn't mess up Saw?
No.
Okay, good to know. Scheana's song / video for
Has
her
hit.
Good as Gold Screamo has hit the internet airwaves.
And true scene stealer Logan.
I know.
And-
Featuring the Logan.
Logan Cochran. There's a kind of narrative at play in the video, sort of like he's like disciplining the band. There's lots of things happening. There's gay baiting. There's like emo boys. Scheana has like an army of emo boys that are the band, and she's walking down the street with them in tow. And it's, for some reason, I screamed when I saw that.
It was incredibly comical,
Yeah.
but unintentionally so.
Yeah.
Which is the sweet spot for Sheshu. I'm though not clear on what these men did to earn the right to sing Good as Gold. And not only sing it, but sing the majority of it on this particular track.
and get to shoot it in Tom Tom and like get to just have like everything sort of there for them.
Like, I thought that Screamo version was just Scheana doing a Screamo version, and then maybe these guys would come in on the chorus as like a backup element. I did not think that like she would pass the torch to them and say, I'll be the backup for you singing my song.
Yeah, that was I had the same sort of confusion over that.
I would have advised her to think again.
As her publicist or manager, I'd be like, I think it's you who should be the center of this.
Yeah.
And have men be lower than you.
You're the star, babe.
You're the star.
This is your track.
Yeah.
I'm just sensing a pattern right now, and especially in this episode of VPR, of like women really disempowering themselves when it comes to the men in their lives.
Are we back to square one?
We're like slouching towards square one with this crew, and I think the Scheana Good as Gold Screamo video unfortunately falls into that category as well. And to that I say, girl, you're better than this.
Yeah, I was, you know, I was a little gooped and gagged by the just the kind of kitschy feel of it, and like Tom getting the drink thrown in his face.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, why is he in this?
I don't understand.
I don't understand.
There are many things I don't understand.
Why him and his caramel hair?
Yeah,
like
his butter hair.
He doesn't deserve to be in this.
No.
This is not for him.
Maybe he said, I need to be in it 'cause it's at Tom Tom.
And they were like, sure.
And they're like, fine.
Weren't they in wasn't the Vanderpump people in a video for Best Coast?
I think so, yeah.
So they've been video vixens before.
Mm-hmm. They've joined the ranks of some of the greats who've done music videos.
I wonder where she is.
Right here.
Right here.
Right here, right in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Also throwing a drink in someone's face.
That's right.
I know.
Freckle or Busy?
No, another lady.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They should have Freckle they should have had Freckle in this video.
They should cast Freckle in the Valley. That's what the Valley really needs.
Someone
is
who
Freckle.
has no idea about any of
these people are, has never met them, can't even really remember their names. Freckle, also, I'm pretty sure there's a deep cut Sexy Unique podcast episode featuring Freckle where I made Freckle watch. Oh yeah. I made Freckle watch an episode of Vanderpump Rules and comment on it. And so you guys should go back and listen to that.
She had great commentary.
She's an incredible witness. I love getting people who've never seen it to like weigh in on what they think is going on.
I love a witness.
She bore witness.
Yeah.
But I say cast Freckle in the Valley and just see what happens.
Jax and Freckle together.
I think that they would honestly be like a power duo. Hit it off. I think Freckle could really empower Brittany as well.
Mm-hmm.
Freckle would be good at like weeding out the weakest links and then like empowering those who need to rise.
They need a muse on the show.
Freckle and Kristen, I think, would fight a lot.
They would be...
I think they would have a rocky road to like they would be enemies.
But eventually get to some sort of solace.
Like a peaceful place.
Brittany is definitely on the brim. But she needs like... They need an oracle to come on the show and just like a non-binary oracle to just like mix things up. Mm-hmm. I really think that power would do everyone really well on the show.
It would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. In other news, Stassi has another fucking book coming out.
Are you fucking kidding?
I'm not kidding.
What is it called?
It's called You Can't Have It All. It's
well,
called...
She certainly can because despite everything, she...
Well, she can't because she can't be Nazi chic. So she can't have it all.
People were...
Her book is called You Can't Be Nazi Chic. Turns out... I'm still
You showing me that the other week was like a new part of my life opened up. Like I've never been... I have that picture of Kristen, just the screenshot of her face saved on my phone.
Of Tupac chic?
And you see Rachel just being like...
Rachel's her entire life is flashing through in front of her eyes. She's dissociating in like a Parisian bathroom.
What is the synopsis of this little book of essays?
It's just you can't have it all.
Okay.
It's literally like you think you can, but you can't. And like let go of the like don't stop trying to be perfect or something like that.
Off with thy heads.
Off with my fucking head.
Oh, with my fucking head. It will be a New York Times bestseller.
It will be.
She'll
It probably already is.
Yeah, she's like number 3 on the bestseller list.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good for her.
Yeah.
Good for her editors.
It's just what the world needs.
Good for her publisher. Yeah.
Great. I'm sure it is good for them.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's why they're doing it.
I got to the part in the Vanderpump rewatch where Stassi is on her first book and she has a interview with her editors. And she's like, can I get an extension? Because I want to go to Mexico. And they were like, sure. She goes, great. Thank you so much. Incredible.
I love that.
And then she does a reading at Tom Tom.
It's kind of cool because
Oh, I think it's such a great scam.
she doesn't even write them. Like, I'm pretty sure she has a ghost. So, like, any sort of setup like that where you're like talking about like doing a FaceTime with your publishers is truly just like produced. You're in the seasons where they were like, let's come up with fictional scenarios and film them.
Yeah, and just like
What are you in season 8 now?
Season 8, and there was a whole like Stassi video game part or a comic book part where like animated her and Tom. I was just like, I can't. Where Tom Sandoval sends her that like very aggro text at 3 a.m.
Oh, about like her at Tom Tom or something?
It was a little scary.
He's a scary man.
And she was freaked out by him.
She always kind of knew. We have to give her props.
She had his number.
She did have his number.
He's a psycho.
He is.
Him just being... I'm on where Schwartz is seeming reasonable next to him.
That's always a red flag.
Yeah. And then I just got to the famous part in my book where Lisa says, are you depressed?
Darling, are you
To
depressed?
Ariana.
That changed me
Are you
on an
depressed?
epigenetic level when she said that. That was actually like groundbreaking.
She went,
Darling.
are you depressed? It's like she's like Ariana says there was 4 days where I didn't leave my bed and I'm very
Been there,
upset.
sister.
And she goes,
What's she upset about?
she just has depression. I think she
It's
felt
just life.
I think she felt like unconsciously I'm with this guy. 2, she said, I have these 2 big life goals in my head, writing a book and moving into a house. She gets both. And she's sort of feeling like, is that all there is?
She spiritually had to go through that in order to get where she is now.
But Lisa, after she basically is like, I'm confirming I have moderate to severe depression, Lisa goes, are you depressed?
Darling, are you depressed?
This was Lisa's kind of...
This was the first
Was she pilled
Nana.
out?
This was the first Nana moment that I really like took notice of.
Sheena, Brett is new Brett waiter. Sheena is in it.
I swear to God, it's like they're literally just like they're doing like a demolition on this apartment. You're gonna hear this apartment just start to crumble and the ceiling falls in like mid.
The city's coming in.
They're about to just open the door and blow me with a leaf blower.
What if it's literally like Leatherface coming in with? He just comes to the window and he chains.
He kills us both. That would be kind of iconic.
And steals.
It's
Tony.
a sex unique snuff film where we both get fucking chainsawed to death.
We'd have the most views of our lifetime.
Honestly, if that happens, someone, before you even begin to clean up the body parts, someone get the
Upload.
computer to Ness.
Yeah.
Just get the file. Just get the file.
To Ness
Upload
and
it to the
AJ.
Google Drive. That's first things first. That's in my will.
If we get chainsawed.
If I die mid pod, just please upload it to the drive.
But Scheana is like fully leading into just being completely like unhinged.
Producers are like,
She's so mean.
every
to
time
Dana.
she likes a guy, they're like, so you like him. You should talk about it. Maybe even more. I'll bet he likes you a lot. How do you feel about him? What would you do for him?
The best was when she was like, she confronts Max about, because he is spreading that she's boy crazy and that she like made him uncomfortable. And she goes, interesting. And she goes through their text combos and she reads like 40 texts from him being like, you're so amazing, girl. I just love you so much. And he goes, no. And then she starts reading them and he goes, and she, and I went,
She
don't.
got his ass.
Yeah. If you do not try with her because she has the receipts
She has
laminated.
the receipt. She has your location.
She has a binder
She
full of
will
them.
simply not let you get away with that.
Interesting.
She's interesting. That sounds like some shenanigans.
Yeah.
And then goes into her files and pulls out the chart and reads
Incriminate-
your chart.
He had no choice.
He was
but to bow.
silenced.
Yeah.
I would watch a show where Scheana silences men.
It's called The Silencing. But it's good to see. I'm enjoying season 8 more than I remembered.
I love that. I still haven't delved back in.
I'm gonna skip the COVID season.
Which one is that?
Season 9.
Oh yeah, that was truly the most bleak season of all. That's
Yep.
when I got into. I questioned everything.
You were like,
I jumped ship. By
you
then.
you went, is that all there is?
Is that all there
There
is? If that's all there is, my friend.
Then
I
let's
was
keep
waltzing alone in my
dancing.
apartment.
We were all waltzing alone.
Yeah, it was the last waltz for reals.
Christopher Waltz.
Christoph Waltz. Should we get into?
VPR.
Yeah,
I'm Carey.
I'm Lara.
And you're listening to Sexy, Unique
podcast.
Waltz. Christoph Waltz.
Pumpheads. I want to go to whatever non-liquor liquor store.
Yeah, where the fuck was this?
We gotta Google it.
It looks great.
I love a mocktail. I love a non-alcoholic beer.
I have not done the beer yet, but I had a non-alcoholic Negroni on Sunday.
I love that. Are you afraid that your beer, you're going to slide back into a life of alcoholism?
No.
Do you feel like it's cheating?
No. I'm like not ready yet for some reason. But I do like I love a mocktail. Because I'm like, my go-to is always a Shirley Temple or Diet Coke. But I'm like, why don't I just lean into it and just kind of treat myself a little to like a hint?
I love a festive mocktail. I love paying $18 for a festive alcohol-free mocktail.
Well, that's why I like Gia, that drink, because there's this one that's like cayenne and it's really spicy and it tastes like you're drinking a cocktail, but it's simply not.
We did a taste test of a bunch of non-alcoholic beverages on Two Niche, and honestly, the best ones, in my opinion, were
Dessois?
Katy Perry's brand. It was
She's
a
in hot water
shocker.
right now.
Really? Why?
Because Elon Musk sent her a Cybertruck.
Everyone's mad.
Everyone's trolling her.
Why are you so mad if people get free things?
Yeah.
They're just mad that they don't have a Cybertruck. I would literally, if Elon Musk messaged me and said, girl, I want to send you a Cybertruck, I'd say, my address is blah, 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 blah. Thank you so much.
It's very jarring to see one in the wild.
I still haven't seen one.
Oh, if you go down like Crescent Heights or Fairfax, there's a chance you'll see a Cybertruck.
Okay, love that.
They're out and about.
My eyes are peeled.
No.
I would gladly have one for free.
It's sort of like seeing.
Why are people so mad at them? Because they're kind of ugly?
People just hate Elon.
Okay. Shouldn't you be glad that people are driving an electric car?
Yeah. I don't really give a fuck.
I don't give a
But
rat's
and they are kind of
ass.
like future. They're very like, it's very cyberpunk looking. Like it's very like hackers / Demolition Man.
It's Lego.
It's Lego.
It's like Lego like LARP.
It's just funny to see like Lady Gaga stepping out of a Cybertruck
She looked
at a
chic.
gas station.
It looked really chic. It paired well with her vibe. I think like a bleach blonde hair and a Cybertruck is the move. I think if you get a Cybertruck, you have to go full bleach.
You gotta go a little goth, a little health goth.
You would go goth.
Yeah.
I would go bleach.
Like no, but you can have bleached hair with goth clothes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I think, but it is funny. It's kind of like an Angeline sighting where it's like you kind of just have to not seek it and you will see Angeline.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
She will come to you.
Yeah, or like when I had that rash of seeing Jax everywhere.
That was your Cybertruck.
Where I literally went, I wonder when we'll see him again. And then he was there.
Was.
But that was weird.
Mm-hmm.
That was like,
you intuited him.
Yeah.
You summoned him.
He's just, you don't.
When you're seeing Jax everywhere, you're actually summoning him. And you need to examine what's going on in your life that you're summoning him into your realm.
It's kind of like the necromancer from Evil Dead. Jax is very heavily featured in this episode.
I know, it was good to see him again.
I know.
I need him back in the mix on this crew.
I like seeing Brittany with Scheana. Like I kind of need I crave them back a little.
Yeah. Katie's spraying flowers.
She goes,
Oh.
what? She goes, oh, it's time to hydrate.
Oh, these flowers. I must spray them.
She goes, good morning, flowers. Would you like some water?
How are you?
How are you?
I'm feeling well.
I also like Lala's brother,
Me too.
Easton,
Yeah.
Sweetie, Salt Lake Sweetie.
Ariana is FaceTiming her
Man.
rebound. Meanwhile, at Casa de Jet Fuel.
I did like that she was like, oh my God, I hear footsteps. I mean, that's kind of funny. Like,
I know, but I'm just like, this was another one where I was like, girl, you're disempowering yourself. Like, you may think that you need this and you want this, but I'm here to tell you what's best for you, and it's not this.
as a viewer, I'm telling you.
As a viewer and a longtime fan and kind of an anthropological expert on this show and these people's lives, as someone who knows them all better than they know themselves, I'm here to tell you, you don't need this man.
No.
End it. You can do this alone. That's my advice to many people on this episode.
Many such people.
Many such
such
people.
women.
So if a plane flies overhead and like dumps the contents of its toilets out on James and Allie's backyard.
In like a frozen block.
A frozen block
altitude
of turd and blue toilet
Ew.
juice plops into their pool.
That's happened before.
I'm sure it has.
Jax comes over. James is in the garage making beats.
Because I'm working on a sick beat. And he like plays something that's like do 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 do, and he goes, yeah, and I think the drop will be right there. And Allie goes, oh, cool.
Allie goes, wow, this is great. And then Jax comes over and he goes, there's a plane overhead. Gotta love Jax. Just fucking nothing ever gets by this motherfucker.
He's here to fuck with everyone.
Allie goes, well, I grew up near an airport, so I'm used to it, but he doesn't like it.
I was like, where'd you grow up?
Yeah, what airport?
Nashville International?
Jax and James are hosting a brunch at Sir.
So random, but I crave.
You crave a Sir brunch co-hosting?
No, I just love seeing Jax back at Sir.
Me too. It's where he rightfully belongs.
And just knowing the chaotic trajectory of his and James's frenemyship, it's just perfect because they really are each other's. He's Jax's Dorian Gray.
True. And I wonder what the business model of like hosting a brunch at Sir is, because they must take a cut of like the bar.
Remember Billy Lee's brunch?
Brunch with Billy Lee. If you go to Sir at brunch, you're summoning a demon. you have emotional problems, and you should take it up with God.
Mm-hmm. They are all. It's like demonics.
It's
Demonica.
ground zero for like summoning the undead.
There are like books of summoning daemons, and these people, if you actually look through it, in the etchings from the engravings from like the 13th century, it's actually all the faces of the Vanderpump Rules cast. All of them,
it's the
including
gate.
Billy
it's
Lee.
Like old. You go to a page and it's like
Logan.
old gates, but really they're the gates of Sir.
It's like Logan, old sinister Logan.
Mm-hmm.
He's always in the mix.
He's always lurking in the background.
I guess he's a really good friend of this cast because he's
good silent friend.
He scares the shit out of me.
Why?
He's just sinister. I watched.
He's ready to kiss and tell.
No, he's just like his whole dynamic with Raquel James was freaky. It was very Mr.
when
Ripley.
He was really mad. Yeah, that was.
She was Marge.
She was Marge. That was our modern day Ripley.
Mm-hmm. So James and Jax are sort of hashing things out, excited for the beats, for the brunch, for the endless booze,
for the big old brunch. And Jax is like, Katie's been posting a lot of things. She found a picture online, and he goes, what? She can't fuck any more of her ex's friend. She's so unhappy. She's got to come for me. And I was like, T.
Damn.
Drag her.
Allie is like,
okay, I'm going to go inside and stick my head in an oven for exactly 45
James,
seconds.
don't you have a reading now?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
get out of here, bitch.
Beat it, bitch. And she's like, great, I'm gonna hang myself.
She goes in and
See you
just like,
later. I'm gonna let Hippie eat my face off.
God, Hippie is like becoming a real problem in this relationship.
I know.
The reasons you think.
Jax is prepping to talk to Lisa, and he's trying to think of like what he can say to her.
James is like, I think it was the disrespect you displayed towards her, because Jax was like, he said Lisa's like useless. She's obsolete. She's a prop to just sit next to Andy. Like she's like an old figurehead now.
Where's the lie?
Nana is very upset because
Nana's confused, but ultimately upset and
Mhm.
suspicious, but
Yeah.
ultimately allowing things to happen.
she goes, "Who is this man again?"
Who's that? So James suggests that like Jax bring her flowers. He goes, bring her fresh flowers. Have you thought of that, mate?
James knows all about like
Fresh flowers for Nana.
just like bending at the knee and falling to his knees to seek forgiveness from her.
Kissing the ring.
Always was going to her and crying.
Mm-hmm. Brittany heads over to Scheana's Marina Del Rey abode.
I really think Brittany's a good person.
You do?
Mm-hmm. Do you? Jury's out.
I think she is, but and again, I'm like, when I see her with Jax, I'm like, you're better than this.
No, I do
You
too.
can do this alone.
I think I just mean like moving past the rubble of like her life. There's a good person in there who's like loyal to her friends.
Yeah, I see that.
But I don't like that she's an apologist.
No, that's the thing that I
That
really
freaks me
bump
out.
on. It freaks me out too. I don't like. I'm not someone who, if someone's wrong in my life, like I'm not gonna like ride for them publicly and like publicly defend them.
No.
I'll say nothing. Like I'm not gonna drag them, but I won't be like taking up for them.
Oh, he didn't mean it.
Oh, come on now.
Oh, come on. He would never want you to be upset.
No, he didn't mean pull your pants down. Come
He
on.
didn't mean to pull the pants.
Oh, come on.
Oh, he didn't mean to pull a
he
pants
feels
down.
bad. Like you're never gonna catch me doing that on
No.
someone's behalf.
But I think when
I'm
she's
gonna be
not
like,
with
he's a fucking idiot, and he did mean it. Sorry,
but
I'm
when-
divorcing him.
But when Jax is not with her, she unleashes on him. It's like in the moment.
She has a lot of rage against him, and I think feels incredibly betrayed that things have gotten to where they are between them, and that's sad.
And not even a date night can solve
Not
it.
even a date night. Why don't you get me date? Just one date night.
Wait, we'll talk.
We'll get there.
So she comes over to Sheshu's, and they have a real bond because they both were pregnant and gave birth around the same time. Their kids are friends. She goes,
I've known Brittany for exactly 1 day shorter than Jax. So I feel like I know her so well at this point.
She's my ride or die.
She's my brother and I.
And we can really get along right now because we're both hating our men. And like Scheana says that she and Brock are at each other's throats. I like weirdly believe in Scheana and Brock. Like I ride for them.
yeah. I don't think they're gonna make it.
No.
I think Scheana
Why?
has so much. Why?
Why?
I
Why?
think Scheana
Why would you
has-
say such a thing?
I don't know. I don't know. I think there's a dynamic that we don't see that sort of leaks through the crack a little.
Like abusive?
Not abusive, just like a toxic thing between them. I just get that vibe. I think he loves his daughter and he like loves Scheana a lot. I do believe in their love, but I just feel like there's going to have to be a real shift in whatever's going on with them because in order for them to make it.
The reason I think that they are going to make it is because
Because I do date nights.
they do date nights all the time. Because they are not necessarily trying to hide what is going on between them. And I think it's pretty normal to like fight when you have newborn kids.
That's true.
And young kids. Like truly, again, this is making me so glad that I
Me too.
don't have kids. It's very life affirming because I think that it does throw like it can throw like such a wrench into the relationship, and it's normal to have like conflict and have to like readjust and like work through your life to make space for this like new element.
Basically, I just really identify with / empathize with Scheana's obsessive compulsive like thinking.
See, and I identify with Brock being like, can we just like get some help, get a nanny, and
No, I think
get over it a little bit.
No, I'm like, I think Scheana needs to really work, like she needs to like have some radical.
She needs to read Stassi's book. You can't have it all.
You can't have it all. And I'm not blaming Scheana's like mental illness, obviously.
No,
but,
I don't think you are.
But I think she needs to like really figure this shit out and like hopefully she's getting really good therapy. And I can't even imagine what that's like, especially as like a parent, a mother.
No.
But Scheana, you know, and rewatching it, you really see Scheana always wanted everything to be perfect. And I think it's just like, I'm glad that she's sort of, I think the Scandoval of it all really, and like having a kid and going through this relationship with Brock really has shown that she's like accepting that things aren't perfect, and it's made her more honest and like radical in that way. But I just want them to work, but I think they need a lot of work.
Yeah. I hope that they're getting it.
And
I root for them.
I love Summer Moon, her little cast.
She's so cute.
Brittany goes, "Oh!" She goes, "What happened to your cake? What happened to your arm, Summer Moon?
How's your arm doing, girl?"
And she goes, "It hurts."
She goes, "I want a new x-ray."
She goes, "You got an x-ray? I need to get my head scanned because of my man."
Scheana and Brittany are feminist icons.
They are.
They're radical feminist icons. Even if they don't think that and they don't believe that. And Scheana did at one point say, "I am so not a feminist," but that is something a true feminist icon would say.
She's a guy's girl.
They're the breadwinners. They're girl bosses. They're bringing home the fucking bacon.
Yeah,
and they're doing it all.
Sisters are doing it for themselves. She said that Brittany was like, "Yeah, I was making a way more money than Jax for a lot of like the pandemic," and he was pissed. So I'm like, of course he was.
Yeah.
He wants her to sit at home and just have big tits.
Yeah, I think it's hard when like for some guys when the financial dynamic shifts. Scheana said she took Zoloft for a month and then quit because it made her too tired. And I was like, girl, same. I hope she just finds another. I'm like, look into like an SNRI.
Do Lexapro.
No, do an SNRI.
What's
do
that?
like when that's what I'm on. You don't have any side effects.
What is that?
Prestique. It's like a something. It's like just a different. It's like more newfangled.
Prestique something or other.
It's Prestique. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah,
you don't have side effects, but good luck to you if you ever try and get off of it.
Well, just stay on
forever.
it. Bring it to the grave.
Yeah.
Bring it to the grave, girlfriend.
She's crippled by OCD, intrusive thoughts that have ended up with her fantasizing about Brock cheating on her with Lala.
Scheana, as we say almost every episode, like she was blown apart by Scandoval. It's shattered her fucking world, and it's rocked her foundation, where she now believes Lala, who's become one of her best friends,
could potentially fuck Brock,
which we know Lala would never do.
No,
but she's now convinced because of Raquel.
But the thing is, Scheana has to get out of this mindset, because I truly believe the more you fixate on something like that, you're essentially willing it to happen.
Intrusive thoughts are just thoughts, but...
I know, but your thoughts can control you, and they shouldn't. You should let them go, and they are truly just like, no thought is a bad thought, and you just need to like let it come and let it go, and you are not your thoughts.
I practice sometimes when I haven't had intrusive thoughts like in a long time, but like when I've had like bad attacks of it, I just say it out loud and say like, I recognize that these thoughts in theory could happen, but they're not going to, because that's not who I am. I say that, and it actually helps.
Yeah.
You just have to
speak it.
You go with it, and you just lean into it and be like, this is it.
It's like a ghost. If you tell it it's like not welcome, it has to leave. So you have to do the same with your intrusive thoughts.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're gonna fucking run the show.
They haunt you.
Tom and Katie go to lunch at Mel's. I said, Katie, my God, girl, we've come so far to end up at Mel's with Tom Schwartz.
Mel's of all places. We're at the one on Sunset.
I don't know.
She goes,
I told Tom I would never be with him again. She goes, but here I am.
Here I am. What I'd really like is to be friends.
I
Be
want to
good
be friends.
friends. Have lunch every once in a while at Mel's. I was like, this is so disempowering. Again.
She goes, what is with your hair?
and he goes, do you like it? It's so good. Joe did it. And she goes,
I don't like it that much.
It looks sad.
You look like a sad man.
I said, focus on sandwiches, girl.
cut this bleached motherfucker out of your life.
You're never gonna get what you want out of this person. You never have been able
Never.
to, and you never will. It is not worth your time, and it honestly makes you look like a fool.
It's truly, your girl looks lovely hubble.
She looks desperate when she does this. It's a bad look. It's bad for the brand at this point.
Think of your sandwiches.
Think of the sandwich shop. Think of all the time and effort you have put into these sandwiches. You cannot blow it all up for this blonde-haired buffoon.
Think of all the girlies that are going to be coming into your sandwich shop and looking to you.
Think of like next episode where it looks like she wears just a tie. She's wearing an open shirt with a tie as a necklace.
Love.
You can serve that, but you can't, again, in the words of the great philosopher Stassi Schroeder, you can't have it all. You've got to get rid of this fucking loser.
And he goes, oh, how was your date with Tori? And she goes, it was so good.
Let's both text her now. See who she texts back first.
She texted Tom first.
Tori.
Tori texted Tom first by 3 minutes.
I know.
And Katie went, oh, she just saw you. I was at the top of the... You were just
She was going through one by one.
They're so sick for
I
this.
was like, do not do this to yourself.
They're sick. And I know this is like a ploy. And you know my theory that Tori's an FBI agent. So I'm like, I'm completely...
Tori's CIA.
I'm unconvinced. I think this is all fake. But still, in the spirit of just going with the plot that's given to us, they're sick for this.
They're sick.
Stop. Get away from this. You both need to leave each other alone.
You got to get out of there.
Ew, gross. Stop it. Get out of here. I would come in and just go, get out of here.
I would come in and I would go right up to Katie and go, excuse me, Katie. And she goes, what? And then I would slap her across the face, knock some things loose. And she'd go, oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
She goes, why am I at Mel's?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I do not advocate for like slapping women, but I think in this one
Oh, you don't?
in this one instance, I say it's actually okay to slap the shit out of Katie if you see her lunching at Mel's with Tom Schwartz.
I think I just think it's a sick game they're playing.
Honestly, I would go so far as to say if you walk into any establishment and see a woman dining with Tom Schwartz, you are allowed, it's legal to slap the shit out of her. They need it. If you saw me in that situation, I give you 100% legal rights to slap the fucking shit out of me.
Me?
Anyone.
I go up to you and go, girl, what are you doing?
You go, hey, girl. And I go, what? And you slap the ever-loving fuck out of me. A slap that is so loud, it resounds and bounces off the restaurant walls. I'm sorry, but at this point, like, the women need the slap more than he does.
He goes, oh.
This is a part of what can also, once Katie gets done, like, trailing him with her motorcycle gang of lesbians... What will haunt him for the rest of his days is knowing that anytime he goes out with a woman, another woman or gay will come along and slap the shit out of the one that he's at the restaurant with.
He's been doing like little like photo dumps on Instagram a lot.
What are they at? What's up with the photo dumps?
Like
Did he go to Coachella?
Yeah, but just like his goofy life, hanging with Seth Rogen.
He's hanging with rogues.
I think Rogen was at Schwartz and Sandy's.
Wow.
Which I love, kind of.
I know you support that hellhole of a restaurant.
Well, I just love Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
But he's been doing a lot of dumps.
His
Him in his car,
girlfriend's telling
driving
him
barefoot in his car.
When a 40-year-old man is doing photo dumps, it's
40, honey. 40. He's like 47.
It's time to slap. It's time to slap. That's a one time it's okay to slap a woman. If she's on a date, not in a business sense. I mean, in a business sense, you have to shake and be like, "Are you sure about this?" But on a date, in any sort of romantic, emotional, attached sense, it's 100% okay to slap. Ask any
I would
feminist.
just go up to her and go.
That's only for business.
And then a lawyer would be like, "Legally, you're allowed." And I go, "Oh no."
If you see them, call your lawyer first. Definitely call your lawyer and be like, "Hey, I'm just wondering, I heard on this like podcast that it is okay to slap a woman if she's on," and they go, no. And they go, no, let me finish. It's okay to slap a woman in the face if she's on a date with Tom, and they go, Tom Schwartz. Oh yeah, that bill was just passed by Joe Biden.
I know. After Joe Biden passed his ban TikTok bill today.
Yeah. Which doesn't actually ban it yet. It still has 12 months to sell. So we still have 12 months. I don't think we're gonna get.
I'm on the brim.
I mean, you want Civil War? Fucking ban TikTok.
I'm on the brim. I can't go without my TikTok. I like to scroll.
I love TikTok.
Where are the girls that like? Where are
my girls who love TikTok? Girl. But after Joe Biden gets done with that, and after he signs the bill allowing teachers to be armed, then he goes into the women slapping bill, and that's the bill that allows a woman on a date with Tom Schwartz to be slapped in the face.
Can I just say that that arming teachers bill was a full plot on Heather's, years before. Like, this was a joke back then, and people were mad about that when we did it.
Well, little
it's
did
now
they know.
Reality.
It's reality. From your mouths to God's ears to Joe's pen, the teachers, they're armed and ready.
Where are we?
Should I become a teacher just so I can get a tiny gun and wave it around the classroom?
Where is it? Anywhere?
I would literally, if kids didn't listen to me, just get a gun out and start waving it around.
Wait,
you can.
It's just going to be anywhere? Oh
I didn't realize that in half the states in America allow teachers to be armed. I didn't realize.
States are all... That's a state right if I ever heard one. I go like this. I go...
But yeah, the slapping a woman bill is next on the table. Honestly, call your local congressman and call your lawmakers now to make sure that the right to slap a woman on a date with Tom Schwartz bill gets passed quickly and efficiently.
We'll solve this problem once and for all.
You can make a huge difference in a woman's life by allowing them to get the ever-loving shit slapped out of them if they go on a date with Tom Schwartz.
Call your local congressperson now to find out more.
Call a state senator and say, I'm a U.S. citizen, demand the right to slap a woman in the face if I ever see her on a date with Tom Schwartz.
This thing will galvanize the vote.
Watch in 10 years, this actually does become a reality.
He's just so... Yeah.
Anyways. Katie goes, you said you had to get a hair glow up? Because I had a hair glow up. And he goes, you did? And I was like, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you for that.
Fuck you for that.
Fuck
because
you
she
for
looks
that.
amazing.
You're a fucking
You're
piece
an
of
asshole.
shit for that.
She looks hot and you know it.
She looks
incredible.
Truly never looked better in her goddamn life. And you're going to sit here and say that shit? Go fuck yourself.
You buttery sack of shit. Fuck you. And your dirty feet.
Yeah, you're sick.
You're sick for that.
You know when I knew
Take your flip-flops off. You're not funny. You're not cute. It's not... What do they say in the social network? Your fuck you sandals or whatever. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck off.
Fuck you. Take off the fucking sandals and wear shoes like an adult, you lame ass.
Yeah, you're the whore.
You're a whore.
When a fly landed on Katie's shoulder in this scene, I
Beelzebub.
gasped. I literally gasped and I said, no. I said, it's a demon. I said, girl, get out of there. It was truly demonic. A fly went and crawled around her shoulder and I said, no.
That was Beelzebub.
It was.
That's remember when Mike Pence had a fly on his face during the debates? That was that when that happens
It's the mark
to
of
you,
the beast.
You are being Beelzebub.
Yeah.
The Lord of the Flies has come upon you.
Flies are a mark of the devil himself.
Schwartz is Schwartz is a harbinger of the Lord
He
of the
will
Flies.
literally he will cause your ultimate destruction and cause the diamond to rise up from below and to manifest itself as a fly on your shoulder.
You know what? I bet he saw the fly and didn't say anything.
Of course he didn't.
Liar.
Scheana and Brock go for date night.
They got a date night for their 2nd anniversary.
What is this fucking clown restaurant that they're at?
I don't know.
I don't want any part of it. I don't want you to pull out a
Beso.
boombox on the street. I don't. If you do that to me at a restaurant, I'm like, please don't. I don't want you to light a sparkler on a martini monkey.
They
I
both
don't want
look-
a lollipop in my drink.
They both looked really bummed at the sparkler.
Yeah.
Even Scheana.
Scheana was trying to like, because they're probably getting this dinner for free.
No, I know, but they seemed the sparkler was like, to me, equaled the sound of like your fajitas coming in Chili's, and it's echoing, and you know it's coming for you, and everyone's going to know that you're about to eat fajitas. That's what this sparkler was, where it's like, damn.
There's something about fajitas that I was always like, I never would order them growing up, but I would go to many
Why?
a restaurant where they would be ordered. But me with a fajita is truly this.
A fajita.
I would go like this
I'd be like at Chili's
and watch them go to the table where they would land and then just like behold. They were something to behold. My family was just never we were not a fajita family.
I'd be at Chili's in college because it was the one thing you could do in the goddamn town, and I'd be sitting there with my marg, and all of a sudden I'd hear, and everyone would be looking, and she'd come over with the hot black skillet and set it down on my table, exfoliating my face.
You would get a facial.
Shame. And someone
facial.
with a bell came over and went, shame, shame, shame. And everyone in the restaurant went, shame, shame, shame.
What is it about fajitas?
I like fajitas.
I
Don't
don't
get me
find
wrong.
them to be very
I just-
fascinating.
I don't-
Aside from just like the performance of getting the sizzling plate,
I just don't like, and maybe this is
I'm
my.
underwhelmed by them, quite frankly.
I love a fajita. Like my mom would make them. Like I'm all about fajitas, but I don't like and this is probably my own self-consciousness with food because of my own issues. But I'm like, I don't want anyone to know I'm eating in this restaurant.
I didn't come here to eat.
I didn't come here for people to know that I eat. That's called honesty.
That's called
Radical honesty. All of us.
Scheana goes, I saw you getting dressed and noticed that juicy booty. I did bring some toys to the hotel room. And I was like, she's going
Pegging
to peg him tonight. She's going to milk that prostate for all it's worth. She
He
took
has-
notes from Dodie.
He has like a pansexual vibe.
Yeah, I think he's definitely like...
DTF.
I
Not
think he
like not.
I think he let a guy suck his dick.
I think he has. I mean, he was like a swinger, right, in San Diego.
He wears like a pointy toe patent leather heeled boot in the
He wears
Vanderpump
like,
Rules after show, and I was like, this is right up my alley.
he wears like character heels.
He does. He wears like the kind of heels Beyonce wears on stage. He goes, all the single ladies, all the single ladies. He goes, now put your hands up. I would love to see Brock do a single ladies video.
He'd kill
He'd
it.
fucking slay. I would actually love to see him in those boots and fishnets. Oof, that would really
You love
do it for me. I love a man, like a straight man in fishnets and heels.
that.
I think
That's another
so-
bill that's being passed by Biden
Is it
every year.
every chunky kind of hot straight man who's like incredibly straight has to put on heels and fishnets
For
and
one day of the year.
take photos and email them to me. Sorry, it's the law.
Under his eye, under her eye.
You nominal patre video non spiritu sancti. You must email Lars Marie.
Blessed be the fruit.
Blessed be the fucking fruit. Put those fucking heels on and put a pair of fishnets on, and you better walk around.
You better work.
You better work, girl. And you take a picture, and then you have to email.
It's a literal bill passed in Congress. Nancy Pelosi's fighting for the bill.
She goes, we've done it
We've
now.
done it again.
Everyone will email Lars Marie their fishnet photos.
You go once around the park.
I go walk to that wall and back.
The first thing I noticed was your juicy booty.
She goes, and I did bring toys to the hotel room. And he got like uncomfortable by that. That's when I knew that she was pegging him.
Yeah.
She was going to get in that ass tonight. She's going to go like this. What if the toy she brought is literally one of those fuck machines?
They're so
Just a fucking,
funny to
she's
me.
gonna drill
They're
the-
hilarious. I've seen videos where like a guy, like a solo video where a guy's just like on his back getting fucked by like
Yeah.
a dick, and it's just and you just hear the sound, and it's so, and like it's hot, but I'm literally like laughing watching it because it's so
It's out of control.
It's so ridiculous. It's like it's like that movie Delicatessen. It's just like this farce. It's like, what is this farce?
I know. That's what Scheana brought in. Like a 45-pound fuck machine. That's what Brock knows she means. That there's a full-blown fuck machine set up in the hotel room.
He goes, oh. He knows it's coming.
Anyways, let's talk about something else.
Wait, also he grew up on a ranch.
I know. He thought he was going to be a farmer.
That picture of him when he was like a 20-year-old.
So cute. Oh, and then
Damn.
so hot. Oh, my God.
I was like,
Put those fucking fishnets.
he seems like a guy that would wear. I could see
see him
in a
wearing
second
heels
wearing
and a-
fishnets.
I know. Scheana's lucky.
She is.
I ride on this for them. I go, girl, don't break up with him. Think of the fishnets.
She's like, I'm really going through something. You're like, have you, Brittany?
I want him to like run like the video that you posted running in heels and socks down the hotel hall, but I needed a Brock and a pair of heels and fishnets running away in fear.
That was the most unflattering video I've ever done with full jeans, but it was kind of cunt.
No, it was really kind, but
But-
I need Brock
but
doing
Brock-
that.
What if Brittany was like, when she was talking to Scheana about her like problems, she goes,
Have you tried the fishnets? Have you worn fishnets yet? Jax loves the fishnet. I put Jax in fishnets and I walk him around.
Jax and fishnets.
he's done it.
Is there a genre of porn that's just straight men in
Yeah.
fishnets and heels running away from the camera, kind of scared?
Probably. I think
If
there's-
not, I'm ready to start that website.
you become
I'm fucking Bang
become
Bros,
like-
but for
become like the Miss Pam or whatever, that like female producer of gay porn.
yeah, and it's not like I don't even need.
You need just like a man.
I don't
running
even
in
need like the
fear.
sex part. But I need a man running in fear down a hallway, but in heels and fishnets.
I think that would be. I think a lot of people would be into that.
Right?
Do it.
Okay, weigh in.
Do like a casting call
I'm going to.
for straight men that want to do.
I think that they would be game.
I think a lot in
We
LA.
can monetize,
In
we'll
LA,
monetize immediately.
Honey, in LA.
In LA. Sheena goes, so I can't vlog tonight because I can't be on my phone. And he goes, we can just be here in the moment.
She goes, but I want to vlog.
I want to vlog.
also remember, remembering when she would have like a lot of first dates with people and like Snapchat and Instagram like live the date. She's unbelievable. She's out of control.
She's such a powerful entity.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about their kids and Brock cries. And
She's
she's like, can't you just be like a house husband? Can't you just wear the heels?
she goes, what about the fishnets? He goes, I'm not ready for the fishnets, doll.
I said, this is men's future. Deal with it.
Mhm.
Like, straight men in particular are getting hired less. Women are outperforming them in the workplace. Women are making more money than them. I'm like, it's fine to have the roles swap. Like, you should be happy to just like, not saying like he needs to be home all the time. I definitely think that they should prioritize like good childcare and like make time for date night. But like, this is a future. It's like men need to just be the homemakers.
But that they're not.
They
gonna
would be.
st-
They
they're
would
not-
excel at that.
But it's gonna take so long for them to fully be okay with that.
I know, but it's like they just
grim.
need to be. We need teachers, nurses, and stay-at-home dads. And those roles are worthwhile,
They're arguably like
and they will give you purpose in life. And you might feel like a little bitch doing them. But if you really want to feel like even more of a bitch, call me and I'll put you in a pair of fishnets.
not even fishnets. Fishnets.
Fishnets. This is my response to alpha male boot camp. It's fishnet.
Out by the barracks.
It's just in a hallway of a hotel. And I go line up, and then I make men run up and down and just go, oh, and I go, not scared enough. And then they run. Terror, you're afraid. No noise, no screaming, just silent
scream.
fear, looking over the shoulder. I go, Carey, get in there and show them what I'm talking about.
And I'm like the Miss J showing the girls how to do the walk. I'm showing the straight men how to do run in heels.
Yes, and at the end of the day, we have an elimination.
You go, look
ceremony.
how effortless it is with this.
I go, watch, it's subtle. Really, it's subtle. Watch the nuances of Carey. Okay, Carey, go. At the end of the day, at the end of the boot camp, at the end of Fishnet and Heels
Consult.
camp, we consult, and then we have an elimination ceremony.
Number 4 and number 8.
Tony and Mango are on either side.
We go number 4 and 8. I'm sorry, but this is where your journey ends. You get to keep the fish.
I go, keep those. Email me a pic.
Okay, let's get back to it.
Tom Schwartz picks up Sandoval. I said, these are two terrorists on the loose. This is
That
terrorism.
really darked me out seeing them together.
This is terrorism on American soil. Two 40-year-old men driving around in a convertible in tank tops.
What were they listening to?
Who even knows?
Also, Schwartz fucking hates Sandoval.
Yeah.
You really feel it in this. I felt it in the car.
Mhm.
He does not like this man.
I said, run for your fucking life if you see these two hurtling towards you.
Where even were they? Pasadena?
I just am like, I've seen so many of these types of men around. They're always around. There's always like a 40-year-old in a convertible somewhere.
Going.
Yeah, just fucking jamming with his friends.
How much fucking money do these guys have?
I don't know.
Schwartz has a lot of money.
It's time to put the fishnets on.
Right?
I don't know. How much money do they sink into that hellhole of a restaurant?
Well, he's saying he can't afford to live with Sandoval.
Well, I mean,
But I'm like, I don't believe that. You just don't want to live with him, which
I think
wouldn't.
both, maybe.
He's
Both.
going to get a tattoo of his.
He's having a full midlife reckoning. This isn't a crisis. It's like the devil's reckoning.
Yeah. He's being overtaken by Beelzebub, and he is getting a tattoo on his shoulder of his dogs.
Which, to be fair, it was a really cute tattoo.
Yeah. His dogs are really cute, especially
They are.
Gordo.
I love Gordo.
He's my
I've met
favorite.
Gordo and seen him in the flesh and can attest to the fact that he is one of the cutest dogs of all time.
Is he sweet?
He's really sweet.
Well, that shows you that,
Not everything is cursed.
yeah, and that they have some. If a dog is good, it means their owners are.
I don't know about that.
I think it's a reflection in a lot of ways. Some dogs are just bad to the bone,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's nurture too.
Well, he was a rescue, so he was good before he met them.
He was grateful.
Kyle Chan has invited everyone to San Francisco for his whiskey launch.
I was like, oh my god, what if they go to like the Kink Palace? You know, the Kink Castle.
Yes,
the
I pray
fortress.
that it kind of looks like that's
I
where they
know.
are in the finale.
Is this the second to last episode, or is
The penultimate.
The
some may
penultimate?
say? I don't know.
It's
I pray
coming.
no.
So Kyle Chan
Is
mystery?
Kyle Chan very rich?
I think he does well. He's Vich.
I go, he's very rich, no? In my notes.
He is.
He's incredibly wealthy. He's
He's-
a billionaire?
He has $50 billion. What if he's an arms dealer or something?
Kyle Chan is high key very, very rich.
He's having like a soiree in San Fran, and everyone's
For a
going,
big old new whiskey.
and it's on an island in the I'm like, Alcatraz? Like, what the fuck?
Scheana's performing Good as Gold at the big event. And it flashes back to him asking her, and she goes, "How could I say no?" And I was like, this is finally the moment that Sheshu needed.
Yeah. But everyone's going, including Ariana and her man.
Yeah.
And Tom Sandoval's like, yeah, it's so cool. Kyle Chan's having me and Ariana sit together. And Schwartz goes, no, don't joke with me like that. And then Sandoval like falls off his chair. I'm like, you're rotten.
You're a big old loser.
You're a loser.
You both are. James and Allie go to Face Gym. We love to see it. James goes, "It's important to keep the jawline tight."
And they do.
They do. And then Allie reveals that she really wants to go to a wedding. She wants James to go with her to like a big wedding
In Ohio.
And he won't go because no one will watch Cujo.
So Hippie / Graham is causing a rift between them because Allie doesn't trust Graham to not kill her kitties in the night, so she sleeps in another room with protecting the cats.
And she wants to sleep with the cats.
And James wants to sleep with Graham, so they're sleeping separately.
I don't accept that.
No, if a dog is, I'm sorry, no matter how much you love it, if a dog is somehow coming between you, you have to
make a decision.
crate it.
Yeah, where's the fucking crate?
Put him in a crate. Like, that dog needs to be locked the fuck up at night. I'm sorry.
He does.
That's a dangerous dog.
Also, like, I have a problem when people are like, "Oh, I can't like live my life because my dog has so much anxiety. Like, I just have to be like cater to this creature." It's like, no, it's a dog. You're a human. Like, crate it, take it to fucking training, like, figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
So James, it feels like it's an excuse to not. James wants to like watch gay porn and like jerk off in bed.
Ollie, why don't you sleep in there? Keep the kitty safe. I'll take Hippie in here, mate.
I don't like it at all. I don't get what the real problem is. I'm also like, you really love this dog that much. You like didn't care about it. It got taken away from you.
He's
and,
committing
like,
to the bet.
He's
a little
too committed to
Yeah.
the bit. Ariana is just like working out, walking the treadmill, FaceTiming her new man.
He's gonna come to SF, and then Hottie Craig walks in, and Ariana's like, "Hello," and he's like, "How long are you gonna be in here?" And she's like, 10 more minutes. And he goes, "Okay," because he wanted to get a workout in before the end of the day. She goes, "Okay."
Ariana's like surprisingly like chill with Craig, and I think that's because Craig, whenever he rears his face, everyone's response is "rail me."
Yeah.
He's now referred to as "rail me Craig."
Where's Anne?
I don't know. Happy to see. Farewell.
Anne had like nervous energy. And
no, I can't take that like stressful, nervous energy.
I think Ariana was reacting to that, and Craig is just like smooth. He went cha-cha real smooth.
Mm-hmm. He Roombas in. He has really good hip like separation.
He was wearing overalls.
I like don't even care. Like all I see is just like, I'm just like.
Someone on the Patreon called me out for thinking he was hot. I was like,
really?
yeah, I think so.
No, I think they called you out for thinking that Patrick was hot.
I stand in my truth. You really off with my head.
No respect.
No respect. No empathy.
The indentured servants of Vanderpump Rules are forced to gather once again on a Sir patio and be force-fed gruel.
Yeah, I kind of fugue during this. Jax comes, he arrives at the brunch.
Schwartz reveals his tat to Sheshu, and it actually is very cute. Lisa is dining with Guillermo. She's been wheeled out of the nursing home for a scene with Guillermo, and she goes, "Why are we hosting a brunch with Jax Taylor again?"
He goes, "It's doing well. We like got a lot of covers.
Like tripled our like."
She goes, we know how much she's slandered me in the press.
And it cuts to James and Jax like flashing back over their years of turmoil. And there's one moment where James goes, "Don't cross me in front of Lisa." It was like peak gay energy.
Yeah. Nothing is.
"Don't cross me in front of Lisa." The Nana, Lisa not knowing why something is happening in her own restaurant.
It's
Why is this? They're
Remember
like,
what
we
Camille
told you Jax is coming today he's going to DJ with Tom.
Yeah.
He's going to he's going to DJ with
She goes,
James.
Yax,
Jax.
have you ever been to Mongolia? To Ulaanbaatar? There are yaks there.
I once went on a big game hunting trip in South Africa. Okay, Nana.
Okay.
Jax went on a podcast and called Lisa superfluous flop.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, why did you say that?
She goes, you said I was superfluous. He goes, that's not even in my vocabulary. And she goes, Jax, you literally said it, Jax. You literally said it.
Again, this is very sad for LVP because the truth is she is superfluous. She's an unnecessary element of this show. This show needs Jax more than it needs her. She brings the vibe down, and
she's really been removed.
Thank God.
It was like she was in every episode so heavily featured. They all like catered to her. They all treated her like, you know, the Pope. Now I think none of them have respect for her anymore.
Why would you? She exploited them for her own financial gain. And then they're also trapped in this like fishbowl of hell.
Yeah, at one point Scheana goes, there's paparazzi outside.
It's amazing.
When did that ever happen before?
I would also lose respect for Lisa if I was forced to go to Sir and eat food like 3 times a year.
I don't think Ariana likes Lisa.
Why would she?
I think it feels like pretty, like
she's done.
Yeah.
Jax spills about Schwartz saying he wants to move in with Sandoval, which I think is just like fake.
Yeah, it's a plot line.
And everyone decides that they're gonna descend on jet fuel house for the after party.
Who says this? Was it Scheana? She goes, I had to call my husband.
Was it her?
Someone was like, I had to call my husband and ask if it's okay if I go. Someone said that.
I thought it was Lala jokingly.
Oh.
Jax is more excited than ever before to get to someone's house. You can just see his eyes light up at the prospect of binge drinking and maybe doing some blow.
Yeah. If you're going to James's house, that seems like
I think
there's like a fresh line, like
hanging with this crew.
Yeah.
Everyone gathers at the house and is sitting on the couch in the entryway, and Katie goes, well, I had lunch with Allie, and she said Hippie is holding James hostage, and James won't go to the wedding. And I was like, why are you taking up the fight?
Wait, is this like the new Switzerland, this house? Is this like the neutral house that everyone goes to now?
I think so.
Because it was before Tom and Ariana, and now it's this house?
Well, where else are they going to go?
Yeah.
Tom Schwartz's apartment?
Though literally the entire time they're talking,
production must just be like, God damn it. The sound guys are just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. But they're just like, we just have no choice but to incorporate it. It's literally it's like the 5th girl in Sex and the City.
It is.
The Southwest.
The 3rd mic.
Yeah.
So then James comes in and Katie confronts him about Hippie and the doggy daycare of it all. And then James starts weeping uncontrollably.
He has a lot of emotional issues.
Maybe in a year. He's really like gay for this dog.
Well, I'm just like,
what's the truth?
Did Rogue lie?
I don't think so. I think maybe James is still buying that narrative because maybe that's what Lisa told him.
And he's like,
and he hasn't spoken to Rogue, so he feels guilty. But then he also, according to Rogue, didn't he like kick the dog?
He would playfully in his eyes push the dog off the couch when he was little, and Graham got really upset because that's so mean.
They call them fur babies, and no one takes that seriously. And you want to get a nanny for your kids, and we're soulmates. Graham and I will never be apart again. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
This is what happens when you are on a reality show for too long. You start dating a dog.
Your dog becomes the ruler of your life. The king.
I mean, I
he
kind of relate because Mango
puts
rules
Graham
my
on a
life.
throne every. Yeah.
But I'm not like.
But you're not like whipped by Mango.
No, and I do live my life.
You reel it in.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, we have to go get him, and then you think,
Yeah.
we don't know. He's
Yeah.
okay by himself.
But I've also never like abandoned my dog and like kicked him off a couch.
No.
So I don't know if James must just feel like maybe it's the first thing James has ever been like truly loving towards.
I don't know. I think he still is kind of in love with Raquel.
Yeah, I do too.
And I think this dog is like a stand-in for Raquel.
And they kept bringing up Harry, his brother.
Because his brother was going to come babysit the dog.
He's like, I can't let Harry do that. He doesn't know what he's doing.
And they can't board him anywhere because he's a biter. He'll literally like attack everyone.
He'll maul a dog.
This dog needs to go live on a farm. There, I said it. Jax goes, I'm fucking ready. I'm ready to drink. I'm ready to fucking drink.
Love that he's on the valley. He's chasing Brittany around the house, telling her to act like a woman.
And now he's like,
he's getting GERD.
Katie, Boys Lie Maloney, go at it. Her outfit, I'm sorry, honey, you're not Olivia Rodrigo.
I know.
You're 40 years old.
She hates Jax.
I get it, but like, you're dressed inappropriately.
Yeah.
She's wearing like Mary Jane's and ankle socks. I understand the feminine urge to dress like a 19-year-old.
She goes, do you get deja vu when you're with her?
Do you get deja vu?
She's driving around listening.
I need her to just dress like an adult.
It's time to leave Coachella. All these people are trapped in Coachella.
It's a Coachella mindset. It's like limited to mindset. And you've just got like, I get it. I understand. It's really hard. It is hard to be a woman and get older and be like, I cannot dress like a teenager anymore. I fight that urge as well. But we must mature.
You must stand the test of time.
She's dressing like that lady on CSI.
Polly Perrette?
Yes.
Who blocked me on Twitter.
Yes.
Yeah. She's like that. Polly Perrette is a terrifying person.
Maloney goes, people are talking about you online. And Jax goes, people are fucking talking about you too. And she goes, good, let them.
She goes, let them talk.
I'm glad.
I'm glad they are. She goes, it seems that people are talking about you online. And I'm glad they're talking about me. I have nothing to hide.
No one likes you. I don't like you.
He's like, okay, I fucking hate you.
She really becomes like, she can't like fight him. She's not good at fighting him.
She goes, it seems that she goes, people are talking about you online. What do you have to say about that?
He goes, well, they're talking about fucking you too.
People are saying you're going to AM PM and getting coffee.
What's that about?
What's that about? I know you're not just getting it.
People say you're really caffeinated.
You're caffeinated all the time. She goes, I came to your house the other night. You didn't see me. I was outside the window and I looked in. You were inside with Cruz and Brittany. And I watched you. You were watching America's Funniest Home Videos.
You laughed. You laughed a lot.
You were watching Celebrity Password with Jimmy Fallon. You love that show. You were laughing.
You laughed so hard you farted.
I
It
heard
smelled bad. I could smell it. I smelled it from right outside.
She was, I cracked the window and sniffed.
She was, I fainted. Hours later, I came to in a hedge. I said, what happened? Where am I?
I actually fainted. There was another bird. There was a bird near me and it died. The bird died too. I blame you for the bird's death.
And then
Schwartz and Ariana chat and have like a perfectly normal, level-headed chat. And Ariana's like, it seems that she's resigned to like getting the fuck out of this house and getting a buyout of some sort, or like whatever happens.
She's had some like breakthrough, and
she's made peace with the situation.
And he goes, I know we're good now. And she goes, yeah, we're fine.
He goes, you wouldn't hate me if I did move in. And she goes, no, I wouldn't hate you. She's like, Tom buying this house would mean he has to. My little Buddha can't lay on the microphone though.
The pug urge.
This is the
Puglin?
Pugline urge.
Is that what they're called?
No, I made it up. The Tom would have to refinance for 10%. That's crazy.
Idiot. Just sell the fucking house and get out and just move into an apartment.
Yeah, it's
Idiot.
apartment life for you.
You'll make
It's
a
a
good-
vertical blind life for you, doll.
He'll make some money in the house.
Mm-hmm. No, will he?
Right?
She'll make money.
Oh, right.
I don't know if he will. But Sando finally arrives. He comes over.
With
sees
Kyle Chan. Right?
his only friend, Kyle Chan.
He goes, hey
His
guys.
benefactor, Kyle Chan.
What's going on, everyone?
He comes over. He sees Hippie laying on the ground. He goes, pets him. He goes, if I ever talk to your mommy again, I'll tell her you said hi. I go,
I went like this. That shook me.
I was
Rude.
like, you're fucking crazy for that.
Graham also,
Graham
know, was privy to this affair.
Scarred him.
He was
Left scars deeper than we'll ever know.
He saw the galaxy lights.
To listen to Tom and Raquel talk for 5 hours and have sex just for a few minutes.
That's a lie. They did not talk for 5 hours. They were fucking for 5 hours and talking for a few. I'm sorry.
They were fucking and talking.
What
for
were they
5
talking
hours.
about?
I don't want to
Their
know.
affair?
Talking about life. Having mindless conversation.
Having Molly combos
Mm-hmm.
and like giggling.
And like talking about like being on Vanderpump Rules.
Yes.
Ad nauseum.
And like
talking about like
Talking about the
cameras.
The lights, fans.
And
Being
it's
in the
like people
spotlight.
don't get it, you know. They just like want you to fail, you know. And she's like, yeah. And then they
She goes, yeah, totally. I know what you mean by that. And he goes, yeah, the fame is just so fucking hard. It gets down to
hard,
the-"
man.
And she
It's
goes,
hard.
yeah, the other day. And he goes, yeah, the fame, man.
he just does not let her speak.
She just says yeah every once in a
Yeah.
while, and he talks
She was-
for 5 hours.
This is so amazing to be here with you.
And then once he's done monologuing, he looks over and she's like lightly snoring, and then he pokes her and she goes, "Oh, what's up?" And he goes, "Wanna fuck?" And she goes, "Yeah." And then they fuck.
Sure.
Tom. And then
Sure.
Graham was like,
She put Graham in the other room.
Sure. Let me put Graham in his cell. Let me turn on the electrical force field.
"Activate the electrical
Activate
fence.
electrical force field.
Now he won't hurt us."
Now let's fuck.
Scheana
Scheana and
and
Sandoval.
Brock yell about Summer Moon's bedtime. That's why I was like,
That's what I don't like about them. They need to that's inappropriate. I don't want to hear about that.
Yeah, I don't
Loop me
like
the
it
fuck
when,
out. When
couples have that kind of vibe about like their lives.
it's exhibitionism. You guys want attention. This is your kink. When couples fight in front of their friends, they love it. They are like, I think
they
it's
can't help themselves.
so selfish.
I don't like it at all. It would make me really uncomfortable. I also just don't like people raising their voices at each other in public. Like, it really freaks me out. I
that's
love
what
it
I'm
on TV.
saying.
I don't like, but I think that the fact that they will just like kind of butt heads and they're not ashamed about it.
Yeah.
That makes me just think that they are working through it.
Okay.
That's
then-
my delusion, anyways.
How did Sandoval get embroiled in this, by the way?
So Scheana comes over to Sandoval and Kyle Chan. She goes, "I'm so excited for San Francisco." And she takes a big sip of her cocktail and she goes, "Did you hear my song?" And he's like, "Yeah, I heard your song. And, you know, it's just like, you especially. It's like a lot from you." And then they start fighting about like her monetizing Scandoval.
Fuck you.
How dare you? And
He goes, yes, I heard the song, and yes, I think it's trifling.
it's god awful.
God awful.
God awful. A travesty, if you ask me.
Takes
His handbag.
his pashmina and he goes,
I've heard it. Yes, I've heard it. He puts his sunglasses on.
I've
And
heard
I
enough.
wish I hadn't.
He drives
And
his
she
car into
goes,
a wall.
Why can't I have a little fun? Why can't I sing a song? And he's like,
I
you
love
can't
that.
sing a song.
Why can't I have a little fun? Mama needs a little fun too.
Yes, I monetized. Yes, I sang a song. But you made me fearful. Every day I'm haunted by the feelings that Brock might be sleeping with Lala. Who will he sleep with next? Because you did it. My friends did it. And Scheana goes into her whole, because he also tells her, you're the most victimized by this whole thing.
And you're reactive.
Which is true. And then she goes, I'm haunted in ways you can't imagine. Lala and Brock. And then
Lala's, I'm like, it's saying this in earshot of Lala, who's like, what?
he's like, what the fuck?
I don't want your man.
And then
He goes, well, Scheana, you did this too. You were the other woman too. And she goes, oh, how rich.
she goes, now I have thoughts all the time about Lala and Brock. And like, what if they fuck? And you hear James, he goes, I do too. I do too. It's like, what?
And Sandoval, she goes, that's because of you. I'm like,
You
no,
did
Scheana, that's not. You are giving him
Own your
way
OCD,
too much power.
girlfriend.
Again, you're disenfranchising yourself in this moment. You don't give him this power. It's not him. You are doing this to yourself. That's, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's your brain. You did not get cheated on in this relationship. And he says that to her.
Yeah. And then she's like, I'm done with you. I'm going to go take care of my daughter. And then he does the classic Sandoval thing where
They
under
walk
his
away.
breath, as you're walking away, he says like some fucking shitty thing. He goes, what? You were the other woman in a relationship for years.
And
then
everyone in the party went, and
he goes-
even
James goes,
and then she goes, oh no, fuck you, Tom. She goes, I was 20. It was 2006. I didn't know he was married. And I was like, that is such.
Scheana goes ape shit, as she should.
And Ariana, it was interesting. Ariana was like, I guess I should go like help Scheana.
And then sees Sandoval over there and is like, nope.
But then when she's like, I don't want her to leave like that. But I was like, she storms out Blair Witch style, like running in the woods. She's seeing red. Tom,
Well, it's just shitty. That's a shitty way to fight with people. Like making little digs as they walk away after a conversation's over. It's like,
He's a
no,
little
I would
he's a-
fucking go crazy too.
he's a little bitch. He's a pussy.
He really is.
You don't, if you're
He's
going
a
to talk,
take no responsibility ass bitch.
if you're going to talk shit, say it to their face.
Mm-hmm.
That would
Yeah.
have been better. Don't wait till they're almost walking away and they're like in front of her
He
husband.
did that to James too last year.
Yeah.
And what I liked is like Brock did ride for Scheana immediately. When Sandoval started talking to her, Brock got up and went, and he was like, she was 20, mate. You were 40. Like,
And he got, so you could see Sandoval got a little freaked out because Brock could fucking break him in half. And he's,
I want Brock to bring him over his head.
me too.
Fucking-
But that's, you don't do that. To do that in front of someone's partner or spouse, especially if you're a guy doing it to a girl in front of her husband, I think that's just beyond disrespectful. No? Dare I say?
I just think fighting like with a dig on the walk away is pussy ass shit.
Scheana, but she's not pussy. She came right back to him.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you!
Scheana's ready to fucking brawl.
Yeah, it's true. She was 20. He was old. He was like 42 when he did it. He's old as hell.
Yeah. When you're 20, you kind of like, you do know better, but you also get the pass of being 20.
Yeah, when you're in your early 20s, you're borderline
and
sociopathic.
that was different than what you did.
Yeah.
So like, let's not. So then everyone hugs and then it's over.
Yeah. It's a good
It
episode.
was a good episode. Is it the penultimate?
Might be.
It might be. How many episodes have there been?
Like 40.
I feel like we've never lived in a world where Vanderpump Rules
Season 11.
Season 11 has not been happening.
Yeah. Well, I was happy. It felt
There's been 12 episodes so far. Do you think it's only a 13 episode long season?
I don't know. Let me look. I like this episode. It felt like kind of jacked up and old school, like trash. I liked it.
Mhm. Lots of conflict, lots to talk about.
Mhm.
There were more last season. There were 18 episodes last season.
Season 11 finale will likely air in June. Whoa.
When?
I don't have the exact, but I think we still have like another month of it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I ain't gonna complain. Let's shout out the patrons.
Shout them out.
Alex Delisle.
Alex Delisle.
Pia from Australia.
Pia from Australia.
Makeup Fresh.
Makeup Fresh.
DJ Brew Brew.
DJ Brew Brew.
Rachel in Dublin.
Rachel in Dublin.
Sophie Elizabeth.
Sophie Elizabeth.
Emily Bond.
Emily Bond.
Gina Sapienza.
Gina Sapienza.
Sarah Elizabeth.
Sarah Elizabeth.
Lucy from London.
Lucy from London.
Brooke Johansson.
Brooke Johansson.
Rachel Knight.
Rachel Knight.
Brittany Ryan Weiss.
Brittany Ryan Weiss.
Danielle McMillan from
McMillan
Momsville.
From Momsville.
Bridget Wasowski.
Bridget Wasowski.
Lady Swampwitch Gives No Fucks. Jessica Hernandez.
Jessica Hernandez.
Malzatov. Mary.
Mary.
Mike Earhart.
Mike Earhart.
Sharon Baum.
Sharon
Realtor.
Baum. Realtor.
Timothy Shield.
Timothy Chalamet.
Summer Moon Honey
Summer
Davies.
Moon Honey Davies.
Rogue Stanley.
Rogue Stanley.
Matthew Thomas.
Matthew Thomas.
Owsley Robinson from Los Angeles.
Wow.
Mariah Kay.
Mariah Kay.
Kathy of Inverness.
Kathy of Inverness.
Kit Moore.
Kit Moore.
Hillary from Chicago.
Hillary from Chicago.
Orlando. Patron of the Farts.
Patron of the Farts.
David from Switzerland.
David from Switzerland.
Nick Sedaris. Emily. Kim Lucas. Jenny Hogan. RJ
and Jeffrey
Pradama.
Inverness. That's where Loch Ness is.
Love that.
18 episode season. This season.
Good. That's what we need. That's what we crave. That's what we deserve. And until next time, bye. Goodbye.